Hello, welcome back. We got our evocation research done. Next target is still enchantment. We did a monster boar on Lilithor's cap, but it was immediately discovered by all the PD, so not much effect. Lost another mage to an Icean Future Dog's Head. Black Death, Bishopfish, Hydromancer, Twiceborn. The Twiceborn thing, So I misunderstood how this works. Once the mercenary casts Twiceborn, he becomes yours. And apparently it's because when you cast Twiceborn, it changes your home province. So this guy's now ours. So he's no longer a mercenary. He's just our troll shaman now. Which is cool, we don't have to drown him or anything. I didn't realize it was that simple. Interesting though, his units still appear to be mercenaries because I can't interact with them at all. I can't select them in any way. Even the ones that got dumped in the garrison I can't select. My units I can select. The mercenary units I can't. Which is quite funny. But yeah, so that bug works if you're playing vanilla. What else? New Prophet. Battle at our fortress in Gent, but it was just being pinged by a scout. I forgot to mention at the end of the last turn, but we found Bane Venom Charms ages ago when we patrolled out a bunch of Zatopek's Bane Venom guys. So I just put one on the Telistic Animate over here. So we're Bane Venoming the mages in this army. It doesn't really affect us because everything we have here is either undead or a construct. So maybe some of his mages will get diseased by that, who knows. Events, nothing too interesting. We just took Mark back and immediately got that event where you just lose the province, so nice stuff. And yeah, Gent then got attacked by trolls. Deadly Disease spreading in Gent, that's our one. Deadly Disease in Bonelands, which we patrolled out this turn. It was Zatopek. There it is. But we patrolled that out. And that's it. So still nothing really happening, but probably going to get some battles soon. Over here, I'm just going to take this fort back now from Itsmu. It's been getting sieged by like one person for ages. But I wanted to make sure that we had enough army here that we could beat this if it moves back on. Which we now do, easily. So this will crush anything. And it also lets everyone who is like scouting this province know that we have a big army here again. So it's a show of force. Over here, it doesn't look like Zatopek's moving on to us, so that's fine. We have a new prophet now, giving him some items. He's going to claim this throne. I've stopped patrolling here. We caught the things we needed to catch. I'm just going to sit tight while we claim this throne. And maybe we'll move on to Debrithia next turn. I'm not sure. We'll see how we feel. Depending on how the rest of the game feels like it's going. These red arrows are still moving stuff into Lost Lands. Hogwarts, we're still forging a bunch of Rings of Fire Resistance. Got quite a few through the army now. We'll get a few more. Then we'll start moving this army up this way. Rotten Tom is doing Black Death on Zoko's cap now. Why not? The range on that. I don't know if Zoko really needs his Sacred Recruits, but it's always demoralizing to have Black Death getting cast on your cap anyway. So we'll start doing that on his cap every turn. Over here in Gen, I have actually given some items to this army. We've got a Northern Star. This guy's got a Ring of Fire to make sure he survives the fireball attacks. I assume we get Storm next turn though, and I don't think this army is going to do much damage, but the Banner of the Northern Star boosts the killing power of this army pretty well. I think if we get hit by fireballs though, we'll just lose a bunch of mages and it'll kind of cripple us, but you know, still scripted the same way. Just some Soul Slayers. Dropped on that army. I assume it's going to get stormed. We'll see if we do any damage at all. Be nice if we do. And broadly speaking, that's it for this turn. We can see that Lilithor's is actually moving towards us now. 90 units, there's a Bishopfish here. He's left behind a bunch of mages here, but who knows. So, we'll expect that we have to defend this fort in a couple of turns. Although, he has to actually siege it down, so I don't know. Maybe we'll break siege into him if it looks small enough. We've got quite a lot of stuff here now. There's all kinds of mages and units, and it's quite a big communion here. It's not an overwhelming amount of troops or anything, but lots of mages and lots of junk. So, yeah. We'll see how this goes. if we just completely easily defend this, we can actually mark the entire army and earthfall through Lullafor's territory, I think, to try and take this. That'd be fun. But yeah, we'll see how things go. Other than that, just forging a bunch of items this turn. Some water boosters for the water mage I just summoned here. Some replacement nature boosters because we're short of them. I'm forging a Shamler Skin Armor for the new Bishop Fish here, who I guess is going to move over and be part of this army. That'll be fine. And this red arrow is just a scout, just in case he can take this province for free. I don't know if there was any PD put here. That's all that is. I think that's it for this turn though. Just check orders. Breaking Siege over there. Black Death at Zoko. More Rings of Fire. Forging a replacement Banner of the Northern Star in case we lose the one in that fortress. Water boosters. Missile maces. And building temples, yeah. So we're getting 2 more temples this turn. Both underwater. So, temple getting built in Green Waters, and a temple getting built in Moonsea. That's quite nice. And that's it for this turn. So that was turn 84. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next turn. Hello, welcome back. We've got some enchantment research done. I was wondering what there is at 8, and I realised nothing too great. There is Advanced Opposition, which is 200% cast time, AoE 6, basically Soul Sundering for magic beings. So this is another spell that my mages might cast when they go off script to try killing water elementals, so it's another spell I don't want to actually have learned, unfortunately, but oh well. We'll keep going. Claimed the Throne, did some Black Death on Zoko. Got attacked on Soaked Earth, so there's another little squad of water elementals that's beached. But this is, I mean, one guy with Soul Slay will kill this. The Harpies almost do, but they don't quite get, they're a bit too quick. So, we lose that province. Let's do a little bit of water alley damage. Next up, Bonelands. So, Zatopek moved a big stack onto my throne at last. It's a bit awkward though, because apparently I still had the mercenaries patrolling, which I didn't intend to do. They were supposed to patrol once to catch the Bane Venom Charm and then go back in the fort. I thought I'd done that, but I guess I didn't. Which is a bit unfortunate. Because the mercs were my blockers. The subs go in. These guys were shock resistant as well, which made them really nice. So they've been kind of lost pointlessly. That's a bit unfortunate. The mercenaries do kill some stuff though. Killed about 119 units. 6 mages died. I mean, it's something. But it's not quite what I wanted the mercenaries to do. Whoops, I guess? I don't know. The turns take a long time to do now, and there's lots and lots of things to look at, but basic stuff like making sure the mercs weren't patrolling I thought I would have definitely done. Oh well. We took back Stone Heavens. We just did a show of force to let everyone know I've got a big army over here again now. White Waste, threw a scout in. Didn't take that. Battle and Mark. Took back the province again from the independents that were here. We finally got all this territory back. And then there was a battle at the fortress in Gent. It is very difficult to tell what is actually happening in this battle. Basically a lot of buffs, I think, being cast on water elementals. So we didn't have any mages here, unfortunately. You can see that we do like a couple of, just about to see the damage numbers like popping up from people getting soul sunderinged and soul slayed and stuff. There's a square of Ictia that just disappeared. One thing I didn't count on though is that he has a spell that summons a bunch of mages. So this puts additional guys on the field who have minds. So the technique of just spamming mind destroying spells doesn't actually work as well. There's just tons of like Yeti mages on the battle now as well. So these guys draw a lot of spells, unfortunately. But you can see like quite a few of the Ictids getting blown up. And then after that it's just a mess of just buffs being laid on water elementals, and I can't tell what's happening anymore. There are tons of Yeti mages in there though now. You can tell summon commanders because they face backwards. The weird bug in Dominions. There's tons of these guys. Our mages, at this point, got their work cut out for them. We lose a bunch now as well. Well, not yet. Next time that gets cast, we lose a bunch. Yeah, so we can't bunch people up. But I didn't expect to hold this fort, I just hoped that I'd kill a few mages, and the Yetis meant that did not happen quite as efficiently as I'd hoped. Says Gent. We killed 11 Ictiids and 2 Marrow. Something, I suppose. And lost what was left of the stuff in the fort. This side of the world, of course, is not terribly useful at the moment. I'm mostly just worried about thrones. But I would still like to push this army up through this region and to try and get this throne, so... yeah. Events, nothing too interesting I don't think. We got a terrible number of pearls this time from our global. Bit of gold, growth, water gems, bit of gold, bit of income, death gems, some gnomes, nature gems. Yeah, nothing too interesting in Dominion. That's about it. That brings us to this turn. A mess of red arrows as usual. This stuff is all just stuff being moved to Lost Lands. This is just stuff being moved into Stone Heavens. These thrones are just getting defended forever. Looks like Lilithor's moved away again. I don't know if they're ever going to attack this or not. Basically the only reason everything gets just sat here is to defend against Lilithor's. But I can't move it out because he still has the army here, which will take the throne if I move away. So it's a bit awkward over there. So the main thing over here is just waiting for this to happen. The wall is down to 3 of 300. So we have one more turn of preparation. I've been giving all of our mages storm spools. So we have enough storm spools for all of our big mages. We can have an air mage propagate 10 shock resistance through the communion, so all the slaves will get 10 shock res. And then there's also a battlefield-wide spell for 5 shock res as well. So all the communion slaves will get 15 shock res from spells. Hopefully in time. So we can give all of the mages in our army at least 15 shock resist. And most of them have it already from the item. I'm not sure if the item will stack with the battlefield-wide. I think it should, so these guys should go up to 20 shock resist. And that spell, the Big Fountain of Lightning, it's only, I think, 5? It scales, but 6. But 6 plus 1 shock damage. So I think if we have a bunch of shock resist on our mages, they should survive. And it's just a question of whether we have enough chaff to stay on the battlefield while we spam our own spells. Which is why I was hoping we'd have the mercenaries, because we don't actually have that many units. But I'll script it all properly next turn. For now it's just summoning more junk in the fort. So I'm forging some more storm spools. Casting Soul Trap to get a Ghost Mage, see what that's like. Summoning another Angry Ether Lord. Summoning a Mage of Spring, which will be another Air Mage, I think. And that's about it. So we're just going to try and rely on having a bunch of shock resist on our mages and then hoping that our mages carry us through this incoming battle, but yeah, just to remind you, it's quite a lot of stuff. Quite a lot of stuff. Oh, we killed 12 Communion slaves as well, it looks like. I didn't realise that. That's pretty good. I guess we have whittled this army down a little bit with the mercenaries. So we'll see how it goes if he storms next turn. But I'll not next turn, the turn after, but I'll script the army properly next turn. For now that's just how that looks. And the only other really movement I'm doing is just moving some mages into Edirol to spam Soulslay to kill this guy if he moves in. And that's about it. I'm still continuing to forge Rings of Fire. The guys moving out all have Rings of Fire on them. So, not long now we'll have an army that can walk up that will be resistant to fireball attacks from afar, which is something. And then we'll use that army to... We might ignore this, or we might like threaten it so that he stays in it to try and defend it. and then just walk past and try and take this throne and just ignore him. I think that'd be pretty funny. But that's it for this turn. Surprisingly quiet these turns. I thought we were going to have battles everywhere, but it's I think Lillivor's not attacking us, it just kind of stalled all my kind of action over here. We could try taking this one day as well, but how would we do that? Put some stuff off from here and give it a try. Might be worth trying. Anything else happening? Forging some Starshine Skullcaps, Black Death at Zoko, Rings of Fire, Teleporting My God, Coral Blades. I think that's it. I think we're just waiting now for 2 turns until Petroni attacks us. Or Zatopek attacks us, I mean. Yep, that's turn 85. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.